Well, good afternoon and a very warm welcome to live Day 2 coverage of the 16th Lotte Open. We have returned to Bears Best Golf Club in the beautiful city of Cheongna. It's a par 72, plays just a touch over 6,700 meters, and it will test some of the best in the game. Plenty of talented stars have made the trip over to South Korea, and it's the highest ranked player in the field who currently shares the lead. Kim Hyo-joo backing up her 66 yesterday with a 69 this morning. So too Lee Se-hee. So the pair of them sit at 9 under par. Overnight leader Park Ye-ji has picked up a birdie to move to 8 under, but plenty of good scores expected in this afternoon wave, including by Moon Jung-min, who started on the back 9 and has that birdie opportunity to move alongside Lee and Kim atop the leaderboard. I'm Timothy Lowe, and welcome to what should be another fantastic day on the KLPGA Tour. Here's Bang Shin-sil, already a winner this year at the Doosan Match Play, getting herself the right side of par again with a birdie there at the 6. Remember, cut will be made at the end of play today, and projected cut right now sitting at 1 under par, so that birdie vital for Bang. A hole ahead at par 3 7th. Yoo Hyun-jo, last year's player of the year, continuing to make some moves. That's a nice birdie for her. She's 4 deep already today, so scoring conditions have been ideal for these ladies. Had a little bit of rain in the early stages of the opening round, but it looks like a lovely sunny day. Won at this property before the Hana Financial Group Championship, but that was played on a different mix of 9s. There are 27 holes here available at Bears Best. USA and Australasia 9s this week, so make up to when the men used to play the Shinan Donghae Open this venue for many years. Now Moon to tie the lead. Solid front line there for Moon Jung-min, bogey 3. It's a collection of the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus's 27 best holes he's designed in his long and illustrious course design career. Collection of them to be found here at Cheongna, though having been at this venue a number of times, for the life of me I cannot identify any of them, but it's a great layout. Don't take anything away. Now Shin-sil. It's been hot and cold this season. He's had that win, but a couple of very poor weeks. A couple of miscuts as well. Finds the putting surface there. She's in the company of her longtime friend Hwang Yoo-min and Sol Kyo-rim, who's won 2 of the last 4 events of the KLPGA Tour. She and Kim Min-sol have split the last 4, 2 apiece. Second on the money list and the points list. The returning Hwang Yoo-min. 3 victories in her career. She's been playing exclusively on the LPGA Tour this season. In the Lotte Championship in Hawaii towards the end of 2025. Took up full membership in America this year and has really enjoyed her time there. Her last start on the KLPGA Tour actually was a victory at the Daibo Housed Championship in November last year. Always nice to be making a first start again, home soil, and that's a good solid tee shot there for Hwang. $1.2 billion Korean won prize fund up for grabs this week at the 72-hole championship. A couple of big stars who play on the LPGA Tour have made their way across to South Korea for this week. Joe is the brightest star in 2025. For victories and major title as well. Doing what EA1 did, backing up Rookie of the Year honours with Player of the Year honours in her sophomore season. Putting stance indicates that looks a lot like E. Dayon. That was a birdie putt. On D5. No, it's not E. Dayon. Regardless, that one did slip by on the low side. This is young So-Hu out of position at 7. Tough little chip. Coming across this knuckle, which kicks it forward. But judging that very nicely. So Yon almost made a hole-in-one on 12 yesterday. This was in the morning wave today. Bunkered at the par 3 third. Swinging putt now for Bang Shin-sil. Just got to get it to almost feel like it stops at the crest of that slope, and then it'll hang a hard left and pick up speed towards the cup. Slower than Bang or I thought. It's a real knee knocker left. Joe, playing a little longer than he did yesterday, this par 4. It doesn't make a difference. Beautiful shot there. Sokyorin. She learned anything from that putt of Bang Shin-sil. Much better there. 2 victories, 3 top 10s in total, and a miscut in her last 4 starts on tour since that breakthrough triumph at the Celtrion Queen's Masters. Into this week with good form. This looks like Hanjin Son. Very excited to head back to her happy hunting ground of High One Country Club next week. 7 under par, playing the 10th. 2 victories at High One CC for Hanjin Son. 2 times she's lifted a trophy on the KLPGA Tour. Back to Yo Min on 7 for birdie. Looks good. Is good. Huang Yo Min pours another one in. She gets to 7 under par as well. A lot of players pre-putt routine, the old big sip of water before getting in over it. This looks like a decent spot to be putting from for Goju Won. He's going to need plenty of birdies. If she wants to have any further part to play in this championship. Only 3 over par. Picked up her 3rd KLPGA Tour title at the beginning of the year in March at the Siena Open. On the outside looking in at the moment now. Shinsil to stay in red figures. Big putt early in the round for Bang. Nicely managed. Shinsil at 10. Just got to nudge this one off that fringe, and the slope should do the rest of the work. Muscled that through the break, unfortunately, but it'd be too problematic to pop in for a par 5. This is Ida Yan, and it's her 3rd shot into the 9th. It must have ran to a little trouble off the tee. And she'll have that to try and save par. A look from high above the par 4 8. That features a penalty area which the players can't reach off the tee. But that bunker on the right, that is certainly in the back of their minds. Just from that right-hand tee box, it angles you sort of away from the bunker, but the fairway kicks from right to left. So if you're a little too cautious, a little too conservative, easy for that ball to kick into the thick left rough. So you've got to be brave with your start line. This ball finished just left of that trap. Exactly what I was talking about, just a little conservative, pull it a fraction, and that first bounce is guaranteed to kick you into the thick stuff. She and Yeoman very well acquainted with each other. Had a lot of golf together in the national team. Early pro careers. That's a quick left one for Shinsil. Needs it to get down. strongest hitter on the KLPGA Tour, averaging just over 252 yards off the tee. It's much better. Should just stay in the left edge of the fairway, and that is now ideal for Saul. Got Moon Jung-min on her 10th hole, the par 4 first, just coming out of that right rough with an 8-iron. Joe back towards this pin on the 8th. Start to move a little right there. Just need it to be a little higher or a little harder. That's unlucky. Save an unlikely par at 9 after a troublesome tee shot. Not going to get there. We've seen a lot of putts being left short through the first couple of days of this championship. I wonder why that is. Things are rolling wonderful, make no mistake, but a lot of players struggle to get it to the front edge of the cup. So it looks okay, and the pin's in the back, so not as hard a shot as it normally would be. Just needed to pitch there on the green, a little unlucky that came out slow. Not the worst place to miss it. Sales ball just a touch right of it. Pitching on the green that is a little downslope, and it sort of kicks the ball in towards that segment where the pin is today. That would be the play for Hwang Yo-min. See the leads in that downfield just kind of whip a little bit. So that tells us that the breeze is trying to just swirl a little. Hwang sitting down just a little in that rough. Steepen out your angle of attack into the ball. Make sure you catch ball first. Have as little grass, touch on cut face and ball as possible. Send it out just a little right. Sounded pretty clean. Kick a little left. Just a little too firm of a first bounce. Unlucky. Factor in too much here for Sol Kyo-rim. Just a little right of this pin. More than 6-iron for me. Maybe it's 7-iron. That's really nicely judged. Drew it up perfectly, executed well. She's got a great look at that. wide open for Moon Jung-min off the back of one. Delightful touch, superb touch for Moon Jung-min, who let a great chance slip away at 18, but chips one in from the back of the first green to join the lead at 9 under par. How about that? Just the 3-wood off the 9th tee for you. Head to 11 and the second of Han Jin-sun, just from the first cut of rough. Looks like a bit of a clumpy lie for Min, but I'm surprised to see her with putter out there. Percentage play would indicate that you always reach for the putter when you have the option, but just the way the grass is lying around that ball, I think it might take the flat stick option out of her hands. She's also got one of those big mallet design ones. Lie balance putters from Lab Golf. Easy for that surface area to get caught up in that grass, but it will be Bang-Shin Sil. We'll play first, much simpler chip shot, and the one that faces her good friend. Tina lies well in that fringe cut, so maybe dealer's choice here. She could stutter one in low, she could play a standard chip shot. Lots of ways to get this one close. Tee shot at 9. This is Hyun Jo. That front pin with just a wedge, a lob wedge. The good news for Yeomin is it all slopes downhill from this point, and it will be moving a bit from right to left. So optically, not a difficult looking shot. It's just about picking a landing spot. And of course, ensuring good solid contact. I think you can afford to throw this a good 4 or 5 feet onto the green, pitch on that downslope, and then just ride on down towards the pin. You don't need to do too much with this. You can let the loft of the club work for you. Although by those practice swings, it looks like she's trying to belly this, or to hit it with the leading edge halfway up the ball, have it roll out like a putt. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. She's done very well. She's done exceptionally well. Really crafty shot there from Hwang. Jin-sun up ahead on the 11th. Another chance for birdie. Get her within one of the leaders. Set it up with an excellent approach shot, soak your rim, the birdie chance around 8. those 2 victories, also has a runner-up finish and a third. So 6 top 10s this season for Saw, and the good news is she does lead the putting stats through the first half of the season, which is 29 putts per round. And of course, the commentator's curse strikes again as that one slips wide. This is Park Bo-kyum coming up to the 18th. Gentle little downhiller, finds herself at 3 under. This would take her to 4. And to 4 under par she will go. That was slammed in the back of the cup with authority.
경품볼 1개를 던져드릴 수 있습니다. 난간 조심하시면서 안전하게 잡아가세요. 박보경 선수 축하합니다.
Shinsil for her part at 8. Need a nice one from this length. Back on 7. This one a little simpler. And a similar result. Good save. 9, and you can Joe. This putt that actually is a little uphill at the end, so you can be aggressive with your speed. So another player struggling to read that one right. Just look this one up the par, secure him. Tell you has moved to 2 under par, low 60 and ties. Play the weekend here, so likes of Shinsil and those at 1 under par, even par, or worse. They need to find some birdies, and that breeze certainly looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit over the last couple of minutes or so. Let's save one. So at 7 under par. Wasting a little time. Bang Shinsil already over the tee shot here at 9 with 3 wood. Doesn't lack the speed. She can clear those left traps even less than driver. It's beautiful. Looks like the big head cover's coming off the Sorkyo rim. Min gonna go with 3 wood as well, and she's not the biggest professional golfer in the world, but my goodness, can she give that ball a decent wallop. She uses the ground so well. You watch her through transition, how she really squats into the ground to try and explode up and create a little bit more club-head speed through the ball. It's very much a modern golf swing move. Increasingly favors the power player. You try and take any advantage you get. Create a little bit more speed, get a little more distance. see it just almost looks like she's jumping up through the ball. Which is pretty accurate too. It's a fairway found. With driver look a little further left than her two playing partners. So 3 tied at the top, including the world number 3, Kim Hyo-jo, here on day 2 at Bears Best. Three wood off the tee is left Hwang Yo-min. So just about a 9 iron to this front right pin at the 9th. Trying something in there. Manufactured that shot beautifully, held off the club face so nicely through impact. You could see her with that follow through. She's awarded herself with an excellent birdie look. So a little closer, but the angle's just a little bit more uncomfortable. Gonna have to come over the high point of that bunker to access that pin. Plays a brilliant shot. Well done. Let's go back to the second hole, and our new co-leader Moon Jung-min with her third shot. Expected that to grab and swing back towards the hole, but just released on a little. Contact wasn't quite as clean as she would have liked. Now, not going to get much spin from how close Sokyo rim is to this green, so this is just a feel shot here, a little sort of three-quarter lob wedge. Yeah, played that very nicely. 3 excellent shots from this featured group here on 9. Jinsun just off the green at 12. Trying to get that to mosey down the slope, and oh, I think they've cooked it, and that was clumsy. To make a bogey today, but very much in danger of dropping one there at 12. Now, Park Min-ji, a 20-time titleist on the KLPGA Tour. A little help off that cushion. This will be a birdie look for Park. Back to 2 and Moon to try and take it to double digits under par. Turn to tackle her third shot at 10. Off that drop shot at 9, just a 50-yard pitch into this left pin. To try and keep the card clean here. She is for par at 12. Sokyo Rim going to have first crack at birdie here on 9 in this featured group. Not a difficult looking putt. Uphill all the way, should just fall a touch left as it gets to the cup. So very makeable as long as you keep your pace up. Just like that. Easy as you like. Nice birdie there for Salt. Bookend birdies in her front 9. She gets to 4 under. Quick one from this point on 10. it goes for Park Min-ji, who moves to 5 under par. Perfect line lead. Watching Sokyo in putt before her, so just has to replicate it. And that key is just trying to make sure the pace of your putt is hitting it with enough authority. If it doesn't, this falls away left really quick. Okay, see one, play one. That's a good birdie. She's up within one of your 3 co-leaders. First look of the day at the highly touted American star, Austin Kim, playing here as a special invite this week. That's a great birdie for Austin. Highest ranked player in the Rolex rankings without a victory on the LPGA Tour. The way that she plays this game, when she figures it out, she's going to win in bunches. I promise you that. Austin Kim to 3 under. Now back a hole to Dion on 10, trying to take it to 7 under. Both had convincing at impact. Unfortunately, can't get it to go. Shinsil, can she make it a hat trick for this group on 9? No, she can't. It's just been a bit of a bother every now and then for Bang Shinsil. 1 or 2 loose tee shots, and once in a while that putter goes a little lukewarm. Got some scoring holes coming up, 10 being a par 5, 11 a short par 4. Back on the 3rd is where we find one of those 3 co-leaders, Jung Min at the long par 3. A racket and a bit of noise can only mean one thing. We've reached the 18th hole, and this is the lady that had the overnight lead coming into today, Park Min-ji. 2 birdies against 2 bogeys for her round thus far. Should flick it in reverse. Yeah, good shot. There's a chance for her to get to 8 under again. Yu Hyun-jo just sat down in that right rough, 228 to the pin. Try to muscle it up as close to the front edge as possible. And she'll get it on the green, in fact. How about that from Yu Hyun-jo? This 10th was unreachable yesterday in the cold, damp conditions, but playing downwind, a little bit warmer today. She's got a putt for eagle. Testy par 3 is 3rd, but Jung Min has safely negotiated her way onto the green, and has about a 25, almost 30 footer. That's generally pretty flat. One of the flatter putts you're going to leave yourself on this golf course, and what movement there is in this should just be off her left slightly. Maybe just to come outside, an outside chance. Get herself into the solo lead. Yu Hyun-jo reached this green in 2, so we know it's doable today. Shin Silk, 21 ripped down the left-hand side. If you're just joining us, three-way tie for the lead at 9 under par, including Kim Hyo-jo. Say he also done and dusted for the day. Moon Jung-min out, still with holes to play on the golf course, 6 in fact. Any good scores working this afternoon. Hwang Yo-min a couple under, leaves her at 8 under. Yu Hyun-jo with an eagle putt to come at 10. She's at 4 under for her round and 7 under for the championship projected cut line at the moment, sitting at 2 under par. So Bang Shin-sil will need a birdie or two on this inward stretch. Here's Hwang Yo-min. Got a little ahead of that one, tugs it into the left rough. Don't think she's going to be able to get this green in 2 from there, so we'll have to play this hole as a 3-shotter. Sneaky long, Seok Rim. Only 252 yards she averages off the tee, making her the 4th longest hitter on tour, but you wouldn't really know it. Doesn't look like she throws herself at the golf ball, but clearly very efficient in her power delivery. There she is. That gets it past Bang Shin-sil. Certainly in range for her. It's par 5 10th. Venture back to the noise and din of the 18 and see if Park Hae-ji can make the turn at 1 under par. Yep, just sneaks that one in on the left edge. Well done there. First look of the day at Kim Soo-ji, another former winner of the Hana Financial Group Championship on this layout. She's at 3 under par, playing the 12th. Front left pin today. You can actually pitch it on the front left edge of the green. It does kick down towards the target. Should catch the slope. Keep coming. Oh, a little unlucky. A yard more and that collects. Eagle putt for Yu Hyun-jo at the par 5 10th, and this is actually for a share of the lead. Ooh, tracking nicely. Has it got the legs? Oh, just a roll or two short, but a well played hole, and she'll move to 8 under par. This looks like a very uncomfortable position on 11 for Lee Daeyeon off the downslope in the bunker. Green runs away from her. She'll take anything inside of 15 feet from this point. It's almost going to be impossible to stop that one on the green. She's struggling a little. This midpoint of her round is Daeyeon. Actually found a fairway bunker off the tee, so it was an awfully Drop tee shot, which is pretty close to the lip as well. So going to have to hit a fairly lofted club just to clear that lip, which means she's going to be coming in from a long ways back for her third shot. I think she's on the upslope. Priority number one, just clear that lip and figure it out from there. Bite off more than you can chew. Any silly mistakes there, just taking your medicine. Here's Austin Kim, just over the green at the 12. In fact, this is her third shot. What manner of tomfoolery has Austin Kim been getting up to at this par 3? It's a nicely played bunker shot, but they've had to drop just one. Waiting for the green to clear. Here's Shinsil attacking in 2. That might be leaking a little right. Bunkered. It's going to be a long bunker shot, but not one of those really tricky ones. It's an okay miss for Baum. Sokyo Rim faring better. Makes this second shot, if you're going for the green, just a little tricky is the fact that the ball does sit a little bit below your feet, so you get slightly ahead of it. You just don't commit to starting it left of the green like Shinsil did. Easy to fan this one right into one of those bunkers down the right-hand side. Well done. That is excellently done from Sokyo Rim. One of the best second shots we've seen into this 10th hole this week. And a really good eagle opportunity coming up. Yeah, well deserves a wave. Give it to us, Kyorim. Excellent shot indeed. Back to the front line and the second into 4 for Min Jong Min. Herself plenty of decent chances, Jung Min. Wouldn't surprise anyone to see her eventually take it to 10 under par. Dion's 4th after splashing out of the bunker at 11. Gave it a mighty try, but that's going to be a second drop shot in 3 holes for Lee Dayon. Third shot now at 10 for Hwang Yo-min. It's a pretty tidy one. Come off that slope a little. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, good shot. A reasonable birdie look to come. The 12th, and Suji with this little downhiller for birdie. I said it yesterday and I'll say it all week long. Not a bad score on this 12th hole. Pretty far up into that greenside bunker and off a little upslope as well, so not a difficult shot, but you don't need to play it with your most lofted wedge. You can even use a regular sand wedge here, or even a gap wedge if she wants. Just don't need to fly it all the way to the hole. Play for some release. That's the percentage shot, but you have to accelerate through the sand. Did that nicely. Did that brilliantly. That's going to be a much needed birdie coming up for Shinsil. Chance to get to 10 under par. Moon Jung-min on 4. Jump start for Saw Kyo Rim, an eagle putt at 10 that just slides by. Oh dear. Can't believe that didn't drop. Well, the simplest of birdies though. This would be a perfect example of 3 different ways to make birdie. You hit 2 excellent shots like Saw Kyo Rim did, and 2 putt. You hit a great bunker shot like Bang Shin-sil did and tap it in. Or you could be forced to lay up after an awful tee shot, hit a lovely third, then roll in a putt, as Hwang Yo-min is trying to do. This is for a share of the lead at 9 under par. Just wonder if the MC's mic came on a little too early there, just distracted her as she was making contact. I've got to say, that's one of my pet peeves. Music on the golf course, that's fine, but intermittent announcing, having someone on a microphone, because you never know when someone's about to pull the trigger. Joe hit it 11, just sawing off a little lob wedge and not doing a particularly good job of it. Back to that point, you could be respectful to the 3 players you can see, to not be talking as they're about to start their golf swings, but as loud as that mic is, they've probably got 20-30 players within earshot that clearly aren't hitting at the same time as the 3 in front of you. So unfortunately for Yo-min, it's just going to be a par at 10. Go to Minji on the 12th. Got up to 5 under par after her birdie at the par 5. It's got to be a smooth little 7 here for Park. We're going to bring the trouble short of the green into play. Sensible decision from Minji. She's in the company of Im Jin-young, who's not having such a great championship, 2 over par. Lady that won the season opening championship this year, Chuan Championship in Thailand. She'll take it right at the target and needs to do so. And the projected cut 2 under par, so gonna have to find 4 birdies somehow over the next 7 holes. Tough task, but doable. This 3 ball is Idayon, who's at 7 under par not too long ago. Now finds herself closer to the cut line than she is the lead. Plays with a nice wide open club face, trying to chop the legs out from under it. Played that pretty well indeed, Hyunju. Play on 11 for Shin Sil. Going with driver, trying to take it over the trouble on the left. And scamper through the rough and end up in a nice position down that left edge of the fairway. She hit the green. Great chance to move on to that projected cut mark. Well done. Good birdie there for Kim. Also going with the big stick, saw cure rib. Forces you to go left off this tee. Leak it right. That could make things a little uncomfortable. I think she got all of that one, but she will find the short grass. Driver, so taking the aggressive route as well. With the pin in the back right of the green, I don't mind this play whatsoever, because even if you're in that left rough, the angle's okay, much better than being in that right rough at the top of the hill, trying to play down to that target. Running. Yep, there it goes. That is A-OK for Wang Yo-min. see that back right pin he was talking about. Sawkill rim. Decent ankle in. Looks like that breeze is still helping. He's spinning a lob wedge from 92. Okay. Solid shot. 12, and Park Min-ji with a pretty quick one from the back edge of the green, but it is for birdie. Give it an almighty try, but stays the high side. Yeoman. This is the part of the game that's really improved the most since moving my way over to play the LPGA Tour in America. Off-speed wedge shots. Needed to carry that maybe a yard or two more, but again, that's fine. That's your worst shot from 78 meters. You take it every day of the week. Back to Dion. Desperately do with a birdie or two, try and get this round back under control. Just didn't hit it. Did not hit it. This is part of the game where she has said that she has needed to improve the most and has taken big steps since turning professional a couple years ago. It stands up to the test here on 11. Just a little deep. It's a tough shot, really. Disastrous, just missing that green a fraction long. Across to the 14th, and Han Jin Sun trying to get herself back to 7 under par after her bogey on 12. Good pace on that though. Stay 6 under. And right now, 8 players all bunched, and then 1 shot of the lead. So it's awfully congested on that first page of the leaderboard here at the Lotte Championship. Coming down the right-hand side of this hole. It's not going to be a bother with wedge in hand, and that's another well-played approach. Putt this one. Fringe, don't mind this play at all. Gentle movement from right to left. Heavy-handed there, Shinsil. He's back up from behind the 12th green up the hill to that tee shot. It's only 150 meters, but it's a pretty shallow green. It's a slopey green, and just the fact that penalty area is short puts a little doubt in some players' minds. It's just an 8-iron, maybe even a 9-iron for you here, Joe. Solid at the heart of the green. Aggressive line, but had plenty of club to cover that front edge. Back on 11, Sawkill rim. Down the hill for her birdie. Inch her way up that leaderboard. Looks good. Oh, just like back on 10, that ball refusing to drop. block at the top. Moon Jung-min with the best look over the last hour for birdie. Yes. Finally, Moon Jung-min takes it to 10 under par. She leads by herself. With just 4 holes left to play. Jung-min would have been paying attention watching Sakyo Rim's putt. Hers stays right. That's a little unfortunate. Great try though from Huang. Herself bunkered at par 4 13. Hopefully not too close to that lip. Tester for par at 11. Don't leave yourself too many of these stressy ones when you're on the cut line. Okay. Handled nicely.
잠깐 오지 마.
Putt that goes right early, then looks like it tries to come back left at the cut. Start to move left there. Surely, surely. Oh. Great try nonetheless. Dead weight, simple tap in. Just birdie 11. This would put a pep in her step. She could roll this one in at the 12. Got half a chance. Oh, seen so many putts do that this week. Just stick on the edge, unlucky. Right rough off the 13th tee. Pin's cut close to the edge of the water on the right hand side, so don't expect her to be trifling with that. Understandably so, like Dion, just bailing out left. Goji Yu lining things up on the par 3 12. Mentioned back in April at the start of the year, second event of the season. And really, it's run the tables time for G1. It's a long way to help her cause to have more golf this week in Cheongna. Well, it's a brave tee shot, and it's a nice birdie there for Go G1. Couple more. Just the way that flag is flapping. This tee shot is playing a little down breeze, maybe a little help off the right as well. Rim will do the guinea pig on this hole. don't want to hit anything that's going to be spinning up too much. That just leaves you at the mercy of the wind should it switch. So there should just be a little chippy 8-iron somewhere between flag and left edge of green. Maybe a little long. No great disaster there. One place you can't miss it is short, obviously. Yeah, that's absolutely fine there. Shinso to the far right edge of the tee box just gives her a slightly better visual to that front left pin. Brave tee shot, a bold tee shot, and beautifully played. Okay, so this one you and Min have installed, also using that right side of the tee. Breeze is helping, and it's coming a little off the right. Didn't like it. Did not like it, and that is why, goodness me, it wasn't even close to crossing dry land. No, that's just operator error there. Worst time to put a swing like that on the ball. It's almost a half shank. It sounded like a shank. Steep penalty for a poor swing at this par 3, but that's what the 12 can do to you if you just lose a little concentration. Yeah, we return to the noise of the 18th hole, and this is Yugi now, who's at 4 under par. Gee, what happened there? That was klutzy. Jihan So, just 61 meters left. Yeah, played that nice. And just tough on that angle coming from the rough. Just trying to scuttle one down off that slope. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do nicely for Lee Daeon. He's had a rough go of things over the last hour. That birdie is certainly going to help put her back in a good mood. Splashing into the water with her tee shot, now playing her third from the drop zone. It's a decent shot, so a reasonable chance to limit the damage. shot faces the players here on the 13th. And Joe, driver. Just steer it a little, but it's done nicely to keep that in the short grass. Go at everything from here on in, you feel. That'll help. Good start there on the tough 13th. Back to 18 and Hansel. Try to take it to 4 under. Downhill slider to the right. Tracking, in you go, well done, Ji-Han Sol. It's back to where she began the day at 4 under par, fighting away indeed. Just such a pure roll there. These greens, like I said, are in wonderful shape. You started online, you know it's tracking. Well done, Ji-Han Sol. Up to that tee shot quickly. Second now for G1 at 13. Take this pin on from the fairway. She did. It was a brave shot. And she's given herself a birdie look. It's a pretty steep downslope, and it does level out significantly around the cup, so it's not as quick as players think from this point. Nicely handled. For bogey, but it would feel like a birdie after that shank off the tee for Hwang Yo-min. Oh, well done indeed. Very nice save for Hwang. Dare she be with an 8 iron? That brave. Stay up. Okay. Don't think she liked the contact, but she'd be thrilled that it stayed on the edge of the green. Very brave and nicely played tee shot. Bang Shin-sil has a golden opportunity to give herself a little breathing room. And she will duly convert. Nicely done, Shin-sil. Couple of birdies since making the turn. Moves to 3 under. Still 7 shots behind this lady who leads alone. Moon Jung-min, a scoring opportunity in front of her here at the par 5 6th. A little deep, but hits the brakes just in time.
이어서 황유나 선수입니다.
It looks generous from this camera angle, but it's actually a pretty narrow target with the fairway, and a lot that's got to do with that fairway bunker. The left-hand side, the trouble up the right, really pinches in all the players. That's on a nice start line. Quick pickup of the tee usually indicates a good tee shot. Just got to refocus after that bogey on 12, and a good bogey at that it was. Turning a little left, got to stay out of that bunker. Ooh, I think she just might have jumped back into it. So I'd like to see her tee it down a little bit, try and take a little distance off, but give herself more control, almost hit like little squeeze cuts, because every now and then this club tries to lean on one a little, get stuck behind her, and then brings a two-way miss into the equation. That is a frozen rope just up the right-hand side, should be okay. That's more than okay, that's perfect. Leader on the 6th. Tiny little chip, kicks a little right at the first bounce and then scuttles on down. Nice touch there, but still a little bit of cleaning up to do. Here's the amateur, Kim Gyu-bin, chipping at the short par 4-15. She's at 4 under, having a nice tournament. She should stay there. Heart in mouth with the second shot, but this is a birdie look for Yoo Hyun-jo at 13. Just doesn't come back from all the way out there still. Solid par though. Par 5 14th next up, short 15th to come. She'll certainly have eyes on the top of the leaderboard by day's end. Here is Han Jin-sun on that aforementioned 15th, putting from just the high plateau in this green, so we'll be working downhill, just moving off from left to right. Still wasn't a gimme, going to start at the outside left edge for this par putt. Nicely holed. Rock solid, Moon Jung-min. Heads to the par 3 7th, where both of her former co-leaders, Lee Se-hee and Kim Hyo-jo, did drop shots late in their rounds. We'll hope that fate doesn't befall her as well, as she leads by 1 here on day 2 of the Lotte Open. Taking some refuge under the shade as ruling up ahead. I believe that's Kim Shi-hyun trying to establish him his point of relief after entering the penalty area. We'll let them sort that out as we go ahead to the par 5 5th 14th with Park Min-ji. Control shot, great distance control, always the hallmark of a good ball striker. Pin high distance control more often than not. You'll have a good birdie look to come. So we believe has happened here is Kim Shi-hyun has entered the penalty area, but the fact that her nearest point of relief would actually be on the green, she just wanted to confirm with the attending rules official that it's same as any other Penalty drop. Point of entry, 2 club lengths. If that sticks you on the green, well, it sticks you on the green. Now, tournament leader has reached the 7th hole that has tripped up a couple of players already today. Big mound in the right-hand side of the green. Oh, no problem at all for Moon. That's an excellent tee shot once again. One-time winner on the KLPGA Tour, but should she hang on to this position come Sunday evening, this would no doubt be the biggest feather in her cap, toppling the world-class field that is assembled here at Bears Best in Cheong Na. Looks like the ruling has been successfully dispensed, and I believe this is going to be a par putt now for Kim Shi-hyun. Not really the spot you want to be waiting, really, but the good news is the lie's clean and she's far enough back from the lip where it should be a bobber for her. The question is whether that tree is going to be in the way. Kim Shi-hyun not in any great hurry to complete this hole, as you can tell, and totally understandably so. Battling with the cut line for most of the day and finds herself under pressure at the demanding 13th. The news gets worse. That is, in fact, for bogey. So even in this drop, she's going to fall outside of that projected cut line with 5 holes to play. So disastrous. An expensive double bogey 6 on 13 sends Kim Shi-hyun back to even par. This is what happened. Missed the green left. Hit a chip shot that had way too much steam, and, well, see you later. So that's what faces Hwang Yo-min. Okay, on the angle, the tree's not going to be a bother. That's a direct line at that flag, but that's a risk you don't need to take. Clean lie, just anything. Left half, left edge of the green even, is perfectly acceptable. You should be back into a face for this second shot. It's a bit of a nervy swing out of there. So waiting for a while to refocus and trying to get that one up and down to avoid back-to-back bogeys. No problems for her playing partners though. Excellent tee shots from Kang Shin-sil and Seo Kyo-rim, who will play first. Brilliant shot. Nicely played. You can tell she's just a lady playing with so much confidence right now. She's a couple yards closer, but would love a replication of Seo Kyo-rim's approach. Just 8-iron for 120. Breeze into her face, so just be a smooth one. Mistake she could ill afford to make. Not much room there. I fear that ball may be baptized. Park Min-ji to take it to 6 under. Birdie try on 14. Slip a little right. Slips it right in. Great birdie there for Park Min-ji, who's starting to make her move on this back nine, up inside the top 10 now. To stretch her advantage, another shot. This is an outside chance at the par 3 7th. Wasn't far off. Lovely try. She is looking in fine control of her game so far in this tournament. Wasn't the best of strikes from the sand for Hwang Yo-min, but the good news is you can see her golf ball there just where her caddy's standing. She's got a good amount of green to work with. She's pitching back into the wind and a little uphill, so you wouldn't need to reach for the lob wedge here. Maybe just the sand wedge. Got to play some kind of tumbling shot. Last couple of feet before this ball gets to the hole, there's just a little rise. You need some energy, you need a little top spin to get your ball rolling up that. Flat down nicely. Has it got the legs? Yes, it does. Classy shot from Hwang Yo-min. Excellent touch. To 16 and Han Jin-seong putting across the green at this par 4 for birdie. Gave it half a chance. Nice roll. To left swing in this putt for Song Jia at 12. Yep, that's going to go, and along with it, any chance of her playing the weekend as soon as they were at the start of this par 3. That's a beautiful second shot for So Kyo-rim. Faces this birdie putt from just the midpoint of that spine. A simple looking read downhill, moving from right to left. She's hit a lot of good putts since we came on air. Not all of them have gone in, but they've certainly scared the hole. 12, and Sung Hei In, the amateur. This is a big par saving putt. She's at 1 under. Make it even par. One amateur inside the top 60 right now. To 15, Park Min-ji's kept it short of that cross bunker with her tee shot. Front right pin primed to be attacked now for Park. Not her best effort, but certainly on the dance floor. To 14 we go. Third shot of Yu Hyun-jo. Very inviting looking hole location. Just in the left pocket, 82 meters left. You could pitch this about, say, 77, 78. Should expect a little bit of a skip, and then as long as you flip it nicely, should drop anchor. Shot that top professionals excel at. She knew it off the bat. That was wiped a little. Her face stayed open. It's a 4 out of 10, really. Bang Shin-sil having her share of problems at 13 as well. Second shot found the penalty area, so has dropped and will now be playing her fourth. Hwang Yo-min, meanwhile, not wasting any time. That group's out of position, and you'd like to see it here. Play a little quicker. Play ready golf. She sends it away on 14. That'll be the fourth for Shin-sil. Good contact and judging that first bounce once it hits the green. It will be coming up that little rise. Across to 17 and a lengthy one from the back edge for Han Jin-seon. Across the hill, snapping off to the right. Surely that's going to be low. It's trying its best to hang on. Okay, good pace on that. To successfully go back-to-back at High One Resorts, where the KLPGA Tour will return next week for High One Resorts Ladies Open. 15, Lee Dae-yeon, makeable chip from the front edge of the green. He chipped in once today. Just stubbed it into that fringe, killed all its momentum. Shin-sil to limit the damage to just one. Saw Kim Shi-hyun take a disastrous double here earlier. Do not want to see the same from Bang Shin-sil. It was a committed stroke, just unlucky. So she too makes a 6 at 13. Expensive couple of errors from Kim and Bang at this par 4. sock you're in. I'm going to have a pop down 14. Jungmin, second last hole of the day, and the fairway safely found on the 8th, trying to give herself a little cushion going into the weekend. Here's her second. actually, after a rather poor second on 15. Is a lot longer birdie putt than she would have liked. Good weight on that. Nice pace on the putt. Joe back in the 14th green, outside birdie look for her. Has he got the pace? There's your answer. Setting up for a little cut here on 14, Hwang Yo-min. Nudge this one down, keep going. Just gets tangled up in the rough, and that'll just complicate the third shot slightly, but a real great harm done. Sort of reached the 10th hole into. That was a little longer, but it did play downwind. Can she get it to 14? Gonna be in that same left rough as Hwang Yo-min, unfortunately. Huntington has reached the closing hole here. Bears best, and she'll be playing her second shot from 75 meters out of that rough. Get it to hold to that front flag. They'll try and toss it up in the air, get it to come soft as possible. And that is pretty well done from that position. Here's your championship leader, Moon Jung-min. Chance for a birdie here, but just all about controlling the pace from this range. Oh, that shot off the club face. Sit down. Sit down. Just a little too bold with that effort, unfortunately. If you're reaching for a coin, that's no gimme. Third for Shin-sil, who finds herself in need of a birdie once again after that double on 13. Oh, that'll do. That'll do very nicely indeed for Bang Shin-sil. Kissed it off the flagstick. Still got it to grab. About a 4-footer. MC and the DJ trying their best to get that crowd hyped, but I just don't think they're feeling it right now, unfortunately. See if Kim Min-joo can steel herself. This is a putt to make the cut for birdie on 18. Oh, just slips low, and unfortunately that'll be the end of Kim Min-joo's week. 1 under par, not going to be good enough to stick around here at the Lotte Open. Say that exactly 60 players tied at 2 under par or better, so there still is an outside chance. You wouldn't bet on it, would you? Just much rather be at 2 on the clubhouse than back to Sokyo Rim at 14 with her third. Amateur inside the cut line right now is Kim Gyu-bin, who could take a step closer to the lead. Just stays high, but that's a nice couple of days of work for the proud member of the Korean national team. Safely through to the weekend, 69-71 for Kim Gyu-bin. In a 22nd through 36 holes.
앞으로도 좋은 플레이를 펼칠 수 있도록 갤러리 여러분들께서 힘찬 박수와 함성을 부탁드립니다.
Moon with a comeback of a par to stay in the solo lead. And that's clumsy. That is an unforced error. Leads to her first bogey of the day, and that means now a four-way tie for the lead once again. Lee Se-hee and Kim Hyo-joo already done for the day. Moon Jung-min with that bogey, 1 hole left to play, and the overnight leader Park A-ji with the birdie at 4 is now back on the top step at 9 under par. Pitch it up to here on 14, birdie putt now for Hwang Yo-min at the par 5. An effort that leaves much to be desired. That was a little underwhelming from Hwang. Just in that left rough on 16, but avoids the penalty area. And the front edge number. Always play for a bit of a flyer coming from this rough, and he's executed that nicely. Good smart shot to the safe side of the green. Saw a little bit of movement from her left with this birdie effort. And again, good putt, just stayed straight on her. Thickish line for Yu Hyun-jo on 15. Gonna land this one short of the green. Don't see her holding it if she does pitch it on the putting surface. Yep, that's the clever shot. And that is well executed. The reason why she's been running hot over her last 2 seasons on the KLPGA Tour. Shots like that. Now to the last hole of Moon Jung-min's day, the par 4 ninth. Here's her second shot. Took a big first kick, but that's going to be one final birdie opportunity for Moon Jung-min. Yeomin with a nerve tester for her par on 14. Confidently popped into the back of the cup. She'll stay at 7 under, the only player in this championship on that mark. It's solo 8th. After that very clever little second, Yu Hyun-jo to grab a share of the lead now. Slammed that one through the break. It's unlucky. Shinsil for the perfect response to her mess of 13. A birdie putt now on 14. And nicely converted after that great wedge shot. So Bang Shinsil back to 2 under par, and that's going to make life a little bit more uncomfortable for the 1-unders in the clubhouse. Flirting with danger on 16. Looks like that ball has stayed the right side of the line. Oh, and she's done it again. Another chip in on this back 9 for Lee Dae-yeon. Oh, from danger to a birdie. Lee Dae-yeon gets herself up to 7 under par. Moon Jung-min. Let's throw the dice on Friday for her. And a wonderful way to finish. Great response to the 3-putt on 8. A birdie on 9, and she will post a 68 to go along with an opening round of 66. She leads by herself at 10 under par. Well played, Moon Jung-min. To 60, and Yu Hyun-jo. Green, Park Min-ji. 30-footer gently down the hill for birdie. Hit that one with authority, as she tends to do. She's just lurking. Enjoys these 72-hole championships. I think that the Queen does rise to the top. The longer tournaments go on. 3-rounders are like sprints. 4-rounders, a bit more marathons. Separate the better players much easier. Sheldon trying to take it over that cross bunker, leaning like she doesn't like it. Oh, it's just into that right rough, but the lie looks good. That first massive bunker not going to be in play for those ladies. The tiny bunker, inconveniently placed in the middle of the fairway, certainly gives these players something to think about. So opting for the, what looks like a 3-wood hybrid club, and that's telegraph her intention to try and keep it short of that central bunker. For drivers, so trying to carry over that trap. Right is preferable, if anything. It does drop off a little down the left-hand side. Ooh, that was probably the worst pitch to hit it straight into that cross bunker. Don't think she got all of that drive. That could leave her a bit of a fiddly second. Shinsil trying to keep it short of the bunker. She did that, but it's still just run into that rough, trying to chase it up onto the green. Not quite going to make it, but it's not the most problematic pitch left in the world for her. The question is, where's the tee shot of Hwang Yo-min ended up? So it just failed to get over that cross bunker. Yes, that is just a little uncomfortable, but 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's not going to give her much leverage to create the speed she needs, so I'll keep both feet out of the bunker. The stance is going to be pretty narrow, ball sitting down a little, off and up slope. This is not a shot you get to practice a lot, all about feel and creativity here. 91 meters left, got to land it short. Contact was heavy. It's a little too heavy.
Good shot.
Get up to the 16th, and Kim Shi-hyun, who's back from the double at 13 with a birdie, now at 1 under, and whoa, she took on that shot and she has been rewarded. What a time for a break like that. Kim Shi-hyun has battled her way back from the brink. Back a hole to Seo Rim on 15. Nice lie, like I mentioned. So she has the option to try and toss one up a little higher, but still has to look at a yardish at the front edge of the green. Because again, with this crosswind, I just don't see this ball coming down soft enough to hold that front edge if she does pitch it on the green. Really went for the super high one there. How soft is it going to land? Just a little too soft, but again, that's okay. Up to the last, and Kim Soo-ji, who can create a lot of spin with these wedges. She's going to need it to keep it close to this front flag. That's stunning. Awesome shot there from Kim Soo-ji. Working hard with her coach and former Asian Games gold medalist Jae Hyuk Lee over the last couple of months, and those little changes and tweaks are certainly starting to show as we get into the second half of the KLPGA Tour season. Here's Daeon on 17. Back a hole to Yoo Hyun-jo on the 16th. Big pitching wedge from 116. Can't afford to go right. It was not the most committed swing, but she's left it in a spot where she's got plenty of real estate with which to work at third. Yeoman, no option to take it low here. Just got to fan that club face open, try and toss one up in the air, pitch it just in that fringe and have it roll out. Very nice shot, classy one. Takes a lot of guts to take a swing that big from, what was that, 30 yards? Nicely played. Birdie here for Kim Shi-hyun, back to the projected cut line of 2 under, and the 1 unders in the clubhouse start to sweat again. That cut line looks more and more likely to fall at 2 under by day's end. Those birdies for Bang and Kim could be crucial. Doesn't have to play the big flopper like Hwang Yo-min did. Bang Shin-sil will still have to open up that club face, try and get as much loft as she can on this pitch shot. Very nice touch. Great hands for the big hitter. Dion from pin high right on 17. That's going to be a pretty slick one. Good roll, decent try. Just a yard or two closer than Shinsil. Try to get a little more out of that than she needed, so as a result, she's going to have work to do for par. And chipping across the green ahead at 16 is Yu Hyun Jo. Slopes down towards the penalty area from here. Pretty well done.
장은수 선수에게 응원과 격려의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 파이팅! 덤핑 선수에게 응원과 격려의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 파이팅! Congratulations! Nice body! 김수지 선수에게 축하의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 김수지 선수는 경품볼을 갤러리에게 던져드리도록 하겠습니다. 경품볼도 하나 가져오고 오세요. 김수지 선수. 김수지 선수 버디 축하합니다.
많이 없어. 꽤 신경 쓸 것 같아.
정품볼도 하나 가지고 오세요. 김수기 선수. 김수기 선수 버디 축하합니다.
많지 않아.
Gentlemen, the passe is your energy and the way you feel. The passe is how you spread your energy to other people around you. It is time to spread your passe. And it is time to make the world a better place. So get ready, because now it is time to show the world your passe. Get ready now. Here we go now. Get ready now. Here we go now. Get ready. Get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Show me your passe.
롯데 오픈 시그니처 플랫저 홀 그립 위로 올라서는 선수들을 소개합니다. 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다. 먼저 임진영 선수입니다. 이어서 박민치 선수입니다.
Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo para darle alegría y cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena.
마지막으로 이다영 선수입니다.
진정 즐길 줄 아는 여러분이 이 나라의 챔피언입니다.
한 버디를 기록을 할 시, 이후 20만 원이 적용되며 갤러리분에게 경품볼을 먼저 드립니다. 세 명의 선수가 좋은 스코어를 낼 수 있도록 유일하게 함성을 들을 수 있는 이곳에서 이번에 박수와 함성을 부탁드립니다. 파이팅! 벤지 선수에게도 응원과 격려의 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 버디를 기록한 이다현 선수가 갤러리 분들에게 경품볼을 잠시 후에 던져드리도록 하겠습니다. 안전에 유의하셔서 받아주시고요. 이다현 선수는 왼쪽 또는 오른쪽에 있는 갤러리 분에게 먼저 시합볼을 던져드렸고요. 경품볼을 과연 어디로 던져주실지 오른쪽으로 이동해 주시네요. 네. 이다현 선수가 경품볼을 던져드립니다. 축하합니다. 벤지 선수에게도 응원과 격려의 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 어디를 기록한 이다현 선수가 던져드렸고요. 경품볼은 과연 어디로 던져주실지 오른쪽으로 이동해 주시네요. 네. 이다현 선수가 경품볼을 던져드립니다. 축하합니다.
It's okay. It's a little.
굿샷.
To the misstep. Just takes a little unlucky kick, skips forward, but that's okay. She's done what she had to do.
롯데 오픈.
Missing the cut was a high possibility after her missteps on that difficult par 4. But she has steeled herself. She's shown a lot of heart. And
이어서 고지원 선수입니다. 마지막으로 김시현 선수입니다.
it's okay. Looks firm. Rim. Doesn't like it. That's why. Oh, that is awful. Park AG has moved alongside Woon Jung-min atop the leaderboard. Here she is on the 8th. Good angle in, even though she is coming out of that right rough. And can't get it to hold. Steady, steady. Oh, that is unlucky. Nestled up right against that thick collar of the second cut. So it could be a bit of an awkward second shot, or third shot, I should say, that she has left to play.
선수에게 응원과 격려의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 파이팅! Congratulations! Nice body! 이현주 선수에게 축하의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 버디를 기록한 유현주 선수가 잠시 후 갤러리 분에게 선물을 받을 수 있는 경품볼을 던져드립니다. 안전에 유의하셔서 난간에 기대지 마시고 받아주시기 바랍니다. 유현주 선수는 경품볼을 왼쪽방으로 오른쪽 왼쪽에 계신 갤러리 분에게 전달해드리도록 하겠습니다. 유현주 선수 버디 축하합니다.
Brilliant. I like. This night.
롯데오픈 시그니처 플레저 홀로 그린 위로 향하는 3명의 선수를 소개합니다. 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다. 먼저 서교림 선수입니다. 이어서 소개해드릴 선수 황유빈 선수입니다. 마지막으로 소개해드릴 선수 강신실 선수입니다. 선수들이 직접 신청한 노래를 재생해드렸고요. 선수가 버디를 기록 시 기부금 20만 원이 적립되며 갤러리 분에게 선수들이 기운을 받을 수 있도록 힘차게 소리 한번 질러주세요.
예. putting. Birdie putt, and of course Sokyo Rim just trying to end what's been a miserable inward half at Bear's best with a closing birdie. Shinsil first to putt. Downhill, little slider. Greens do slow up a little later on in the day, but you just got to be careful with this. Easy to let this one get away from you if you're not careful. Sokyo. A lot of players overread this putt.
Congratulations!
Good.
나이스 버디! 서규림 선수에게 축하의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 잠시 후
Almost better birdie to end your a bit better. In. PGA Tour winner and click the button. Give her a little peace and quiet. Nope, no such luck. Come on, roll it in. Get to 8 under. Things interesting. Slides off a little right. Not that much Yeomin. Ooh, just blew it through the break. So only the par then. We will start the weekend stages of play here at the Lotte Open. 3 shots adrift of your co-leaders. Bang Shin-sil, good playing there towards the end. Vital late birdie on the 14th. And a couple of nervy par saves to close. So that will bring to a conclusion our second round coverage here at the Lotte Open. 2-way tie for the lead at 10 under par. Going into the weekend here. Shin Joe leads a star-studded cast of chasers. The trio at 9 under par. A couple of dangerous contenders at 8 under as well. We've got a 20-time champion in Park Min-ji, who's on the fringes of contention, and the cut line will fall at 2 under par. Low 60 ties, remember, make their way through to the weekend stages. But it's Park Ye-ji and Moon Jung-min who will share the lead with 36 holes to play in the Lotte Open. You do not want to miss Saturday action from Bear's Best. Certainly hope you can join us for more coverage on the KLPGA Tour. Then until such a time, have a lovely evening and bye for now.
버디.
멋있다.
수고했어.